All right, hey, welcome back. This is Nonchalant Productivity. That's what I decided to name this because I really cannot think of my what a good name that encompasses everything that I'm trying to put out. So I want it to be in the world of productivity, but still be cool and relaxed also at the same time, and not like stressful, grinding hustle sort of productivity tips, because I don't find that to be sustainable. This is really more about things that we can do to make our day to day easier, more effective, more intentional, while maintaining really good life balance with that. So I'm trying to come up with video ideas for how to come back with this channel. And so today I wanted to talk about the Apple Watch and the Whoop strap again. So I'm embarrassed. I made a video about 4 years ago where I was just bashing the Whoop strap. I talked about how I did not like the lack of GPS features. I felt like it was overpriced, which some of these things still do apply, but I'm back on it, and I'll explain why. So I am 39 years old. I just recently kind of found out that some of my health numbers and labs are not in optimal range. So I've always been pretty healthy as far as exercising pretty regularly, and I've always been like a little bit overweight by definition, I guess, but not super overweight. Anyway, so after a while, these labs start to they'll creep up on you if you are not really taking really good care of yourself. Something will start to slip up, whether it's your blood pressure or your cholesterol or your A1C, which is a marker for diabetes. And in my case, my last set of labs did show that I was in this pre-diabetic range. So I wanted to really get this under control and not have this become a worsening condition for me, and just basically do something about it while I still can. And anyone still can at any phase. It should be known that if you start making changes, it's always going to be better to do that now than to let a chronic disease worsen, because it will just get worse. And so it's important to realize that. Excuse me. So why did I start using the Whoop strap again? I don't know if you can see it. Okay, so this is the 4.0. I stopped wearing this like maybe 2 to 3 years ago because of the price. $30 a month after you do pay an initial upfront cost, and the GPS was used through your phone, and so it didn't actually have its own GPS in and of itself. And I did not know that when I bought it. I should have looked this up, but I decided to try to go for a run one day, and I noticed that, well, first of all, it doesn't work without your phone as far as the GPS goes, so that data is non-existent. But I went for a run, and I noticed that the GPS was so incredibly inaccurate. It would just ping towers all over the place, and you could not accurately measure the distance of your run or where you ran. And so it was completely useless as far as a runner goes. Another thing is, when I was looking at all the data that you do get from this, it seemed like kind of common sense, right? Like, if I drank alcohol, my recovery wasn't as good. If I slept late, my recovery was not as good. If I ate badly, same thing. So it would give you this percentage of recovery, all of which pretty nicely had a relationship with your lifestyle habits and behaviors. So I felt like it was kind of pointless. But anyway, because I most recently decided that I was going to try to get healthy again, and I've actually been finally healthy again for the first time in several years. I've lost several pounds and I'm feeling really good. But anyway, so I wanted to get learn more about what some of the people on the internet talk about with HRV measurement. And I'm not going to go into all the science and all that because none of it is 100% evidence based. There's just a lot of information about how basically how HRV or heart rate variability, it can be a measure of your fitness and of your wellness. So we'll just leave it at that for now without getting into it. But I knew that the Whoop strap would do that. That's a pretty staple feature of this device. So I started to wear it again. And I have been really liking the data and the app again. It's actually been pretty useful and intuitive. The Whoop app does use some AI, which makes it really easy to ask it questions about your metrics, about your heart rate, about your weight, about your sleep. And it's actually been pretty helpful and in a different sort of way. I don't look at it as, something that's going to give me these like miraculous sorts of information, like things that I don't already know. But it does show me really measurable sort of incremental day-to-day information about how I'm getting healthier through resting heart rate, HRV, watching my strain. Strain is just their like arbitrary way of talking about like your intensity of activity for the day. But I'm not going to go into any of that stuff today, but I like it. So right now I'm liking it. It's cool. And the reason why so I'm going to talk about the different things. So I also wear a regular watch, and it's really nice because with the Whoop strap on one arm, I'm still getting that health data while also being able to wear a regular watch. So this is a Omega Moon Swatch that I love. It has a Velcro strap. It's super light. I can do active things with it, and it's not very bothersome at all. It's a great watch, and it doesn't cost very much either. And I am in a weird era where a lot of people are wearing Apple Watches and smartwatches, but I just really wanted to wear a regular watch. I wanted to be able to change the watch depending on my outfit or whatever my vibe was. So I have like quite a few watches now, that none of which are very expensive. All of these are less than like the total price of the Apple Watch Ultra that I have. So it's great. I get to check the time. I don't have to have my full phone on my wrist with notifications or the desire to, look at what's going on all the time. I can separate myself a little bit, which is just something that personally I really like to be able to do. But I'll talk more about this in other videos because I think it's important to appreciate a regular watch for a lot of different reasons. But I do still have an Apple Watch, and this is the Apple Watch Ultra, and it is, it's an awesome watch. It gives you, everyone has an Apple Watch, or most people have an Apple Watch or a smartwatch. They know all about it. This thing is durable. The screen is really clear. I love that I can go running with it, and I don't have to bring my phone with me. It obviously does all the heart rate stuff too, just like the Whoop strap, but I don't wear it all the time. I only wear this when I am doing cardiovascular activity that would benefit from being able to use a map. And I'll talk about what I use in a different video so that I actually have some content for this channel. But I wear this at least 2 to 3 times a week for a couple hours, and what I do is I just throw it on right when I'm about to do my activity. It gives me the information, and then I switch back to the regular watch. And at first I thought, oh, I'm never gonna do the switch, how annoying to like take off one watch and put on another. But you know what, I think I am personally at a point in my life where I want to have that kind of intention on a day-to-day basis with the things that I do, with the way that I dress, with the way that I use my technology. I have to have intention. If not, I could just go down like rabbit holes of being fully immersed in technology all the time. And so that is like kind of part of why I wanted to do this channel, is to find the intersection of health and wellness and technology and productivity. And I'm no expert by any means, but I'm always trying to like learn stuff about how to do this better. Like, being a millennial in a technology filled world, there's got to be a sweet spot where you can use this stuff to its best advantage without also having it run your entire life. And more to come on that in another video. But yeah, so right now I'm wearing regular watches. I use Apple Watch for lots of different things, and I have a Whoop strap. And yeah, these things cost money, of course, but a lot of people will buy smartwatches and then replace them in a year or two when the next one comes out. Or same with these subscription devices. I mean, you're going to spend, or it's easy, I should say, it's easy to spend money on a lot of these technologies as they come out with new stuff, and as your old stuff, the battery stops working, or it starts to slow down, or the updates don't work on it anymore. So this is the way that I find my intentionality and purpose with the devices. This is the first generation of Apple Watch Ultra, and this is the Whoop 4. This is 3-4 years old, but I really put most of the, I think a lot about, kind of the vibe and look or the features that I'm going for before I buy a watch. These other devices, not so much. I just want them to get the job done, and that's really much in regards to fitness and health. So anyway, I'm gonna really try hard to keep creating content. Still figuring it out as always, as I have been for like the last 15 years. But that's it for today, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks.